My name is Cheyenne Topping. I was in prison for 2 years for drug trafficking with Mackenzie Shirilla, and that's where I had a brief 2 week relationship with her going on.
And what time was this? What year was this?
This was the year of 2024.
Perfect.
Well, when I was with Mackenzie, I got sentenced in 2022.
What was your first
Door
what was
in
your
Wheeler
first
that
impressions of her? And was it her that was interested in you first?
my first impressions of her, she was just really pretty. She looked bubbly, nice, and I was interested first, but later on, come to find out she was interested as well too.
And what was it like in there? Just talk us through the type of building she was staying in compared to yours.
So she had lived in Wheeler, which is built for the lifers. So they kind of have more stuff than our cottages have. So they had better couches. Like we didn't have couches at all. They had couches, they had flat screens, nice tables. Where the cottage I was, it was really ghetto. We had fold out tables, no couches, no flat screens, no TVs, and our day room at all, unless it was the little one hanging in the middle.
And where would you often meet her because you were in different buildings? Just explain to us the situation with the yard and how often you would get to see her.
So we were in different buildings, so we did have to meet on the yard. So we met maybe 3 times a day: first yard, second yard, third yard. First was around 7 in the morning. Second was around right after dinner ends and MCC goes back, so that can range around 2 or 3. And then third yard would be 6, maybe 5, depending on when MCC gets back from dinner again.
And what were some of the first things that she said to you?
She said how she thought I was cute. I was on her top 3 people that she thought was cute in the prison. That she wanted to talk to me, but she was nervous.
How did you know about her previously in the prison, and how did her bunkmates describe her? Just talk us through what she told you in terms of a nickname and things.
Previously, before I met her in prison, no, I did not know who she was, because when she caught her case, I was locked up as well. I just thought she was pretty, because down there's not a lot of people that have teeth or are really bad on drugs. So we started talking, and she told me her nickname was Shirilla the Killa. That's what her bunkmates called her, and all this other stuff.
Shirilla the Killa, that is quite shocking. Did you know what she was in for at that time?
No, I did not know what she was in for at that time.
And when you found out, I imagine you did find out later, how did you feel? Did you feel she was kind of boasting?
Yeah, she used to walk around and ask people if they wanted her autograph, in the prison. Yeah,
Wow.
she definitely was I'm famous. When I found out about it, she told me yeah, my case is viral. It's not what you think though, but yeah, it's viral. I'm famous.
But she still maintained that she was innocent. What did she tell you about that?
That she just passed out at the wheel, basically what she told the documentary. She passed out at the wheel, that the prosecutors were painting her to be the bad guy. She claimed she never threatened to crash the car like everyone says, that Dom did it. And a couple weeks before that, he had, before the crash had happened, he was grabbing her wheel and stuff. But honestly, I don't believe it. I think she was just going with whatever her lawyer was saying.
And did she ever seem remorseful? Did you ever see her cry during these moments?
No, I've never seen her cry once ever in prison.
Asked her,
she was actually really happy.
Right?
Yeah, because she was still really happy, bubbly, and that's what first attracted to me to her at first, because it's such a dark place in there. You just look for some happiness anywhere. And then when I found out her case, yes, it was shocking to me, because you are so young and you're facing life in prison. And the love of your life, the one you claim you're going to marry, he's gone.
You never even saw her sort of cry over him?
No.
In terms of having a relationship with her, how did that work in prison? Were you able to be intimate with her, or were you just kissing? Just talk us through. Sorry to be a little bit.
So you can be intimate in prison in relationships, but it's tougher when you're in different cottages, because automatically, if you go into a cottage you're not assigned to, you will go to the hole. And at that time, she did not want to go to the hole because she was still working on her appeal, like still really believed she was going to get it. So we just, I know it sounds crazy, like on the yard, we would kiss and stuff, sneak around and do stuff like that, but we couldn't go like really, a home run on the yard.
No, I understand that. And were you intimate with her quite a few times? Did that happen quickly during your relationship with her? And who instigated that?
It did happen very quickly, and it was honestly her that instigated it because I didn't know, like, from after I found out about her case, I was like, okay, I don't know how fast she would want to move because her boyfriend just died. But it was like second day, she's like, why don't you touch me? I want to be like loved all up on and stuff. And I was like, wow, okay.
And she'd had other relationships in prison, is that right? What had you heard about that?
Yeah, I'm not sure before me if she had other relationships, but when I left, like she got with one of my friends like right after, which hold no like hard feelings towards my friend, like it's prison. And after that, I heard she was getting like having threesomes in there, getting caught for sex tickets, which are like you get caught having sex, out of place tickets everywhere. Like she just started going. She got kicked out of Wheeler, moved to Rogers too, which is like what I was in as well, one of the ghetto cottages. So I guess she just been going downhill since then.
Wow. So when you were in a relationship with her, how close was that to you getting out?
It was about 2 weeks before I got out.
Right, okay. So had you known her within that time that you were in there previously and you just not interacted?
Yeah, I seen her walking
Right.
around the track a lot all the time, but I didn't like go up to her or nothing. Cause she did have like she was like bubbly and happy and stuff, but like she gave off like the popular girl aura. So like you walk up to them, they're just gonna be mean and ignorant. So I did not want to, but come to find out that was not the case. Cause I would see my friend talking to her all the time, and I would tell my friend like, "Oh yeah, she's cute, she's cute." And then one day I was just like, "All right," ask her like, "Does she like what's up?"
Got it. So when towards the end, how did the relationship progress over those 2 weeks? And were there ever any arguments? Was she quite controlling? How would you explain how your relationship was?
There wasn't arguments, controlling, yes, because within like the first 3, 4 days, she wanted to see me every day on the yard. And when I would like walk towards her cottage, there's a door in Wheeler that faces the yard. I would see her standing looking for me like out the window. And as soon as she see me, boom, come down the pathway right to me.
And did you find that quite smothering, or how would you have felt about that in comparison to other relationships?
I mean, I didn't find it smothering honestly because I was in prison, so there was nothing else to do. But I really did think it was progressing fast, especially for the situation that she was in for.
Right, of course. And what sort of things would she say to you? Did you have nicknames for each other or anything? I know this is a very brief period of time, but
Oh yeah, she already had a nickname for me actually when I first started talking to her. And that's how I knew she's like, okay, she's been seeing me too. So when I first started talking to her, the first day I saw her, she's like, me and my friend actually have a nickname for you already. And I'm like, oh really? And she's like, yeah, it's Fro. Cause my hair's just froey. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like you have been looking at me.
and did you have a nickname for her? Was she someone that you felt you could see a future with despite what had happened?
I didn't have a nickname with her. And at the time when I was in there, maybe because I still didn't have all the pieces. So I'm like, maybe something did happen and she's wrongly blamed because no one can say that the justice system is perfect. Like it is very flawed. I'm not saying they did a mistake on Mackenzie's case, but it's very flawed. And from the limited knowledge I had at that time, I'm like, okay, I can get out, maybe see if like, okay, maybe it was an accident and shoot, maybe even advocate for her. But when I got out and seen the evidence, I'm like, wow, okay.
And she said in there that her boyfriend's parents were supporting her. Just explain to us what she'd said about that.
Yeah, when we were in there, and I had found out about it, I had asked her, so like, are his parents going to go? This is why I kind of believed her too. Are his parents backing you up like in the case? And she's like, yeah, they're going to go with me to court and speak for me. Like, speak like, yeah, we don't think she did this. But then at the time, when I was getting more bits and pieces from my cousin from the outside, because I would call her, she was like, no, like, yeah, they were at first, but now they're not. Like, after the black box and all that stuff dropped, they were not on her side no more. So I'm like, oh my God, she's lying. She lied about that.
Right. And in terms of her life in prison, just to go back,
Yeah,
did she have a job in
she could
there?
send
Was there
in
any sort of things
images.
that she would do? I understand that she had a very close friend.
Yeah, everybody would get assigned a job. So it depend on what job you get, the prison would assign it to you. When I was in there, she was maintenance. And I guess that's how she seen me because maintenance went to every cottage and picked up like the recycling stuff.
Right.
So I guess she seen me when I was coming down the stairs one day, and that's how she uh made up the nickname Fro and stuff and was talking to her friend about it.
And she also didn't eat the prison food. Can you just talk to us about that? And were you quite shocked by this?
Yeah, because, okay, I get some people like they're not going to eat prison food every day because they do have people taking care of them. But to cook every single day and never eat like the CFS food, the prison food, you know how much money that would cost and with how much time she has?
Just talk us through the interaction you had with her about that. So you asked her, are you going for dinner? Is that right?
Yeah, so one day I asked her, I was like, you want to meet at CFS? And Mackenzie had told me that no, I don't eat CFS. I'll never eat the prison food. I only eat commissary.
And how expensive is that? And how do you make your own food in there?
Okay, so the commissary's not really that expensive, but to cook every day is expensive because say, all right, so say you want to make a pizza, you have to buy wraps to make the dough. You have to buy pepperonis. You have to buy pizza sauce. You have to buy cheese. And then you have to buy plates and bowls and stuff because you got to cook on it. And just all that thrown into one would add up to like a $20 meal. And to do that every day, and then you're not going to only eat once a day. So if you think about it, 2-3 times a day, that's $60 every single day in prison.
Wow. And who was cooking this for her? Who was cooking this for her in there?
Her best friend at the time was cooking it for her because she didn't have anyone to take care of her. And in there, people who didn't get commissary or only got state pay, some of their hustles, they would just make bowls for other people and the other person would let them get a bowl out of it.
That makes sense. Oh, and how did you feel about this? Were you quite shocked about this and wondered where the money was coming from?
No, she told me her I did wonder how she did pay for all this, but she told me her mom always made sure she was good. Her family was always going to make sure she was good.
Right. And did she speak about missing her family in there? Did she speak about any arguments with them about her case, or were they always very supportive?
She told me they were always very supportive. That's what she told me also that Dom's parents were also supportive too. I never seen her show like missing, remorse, nothing like that. Like I said, it was always bubbly, smiley, happy, going to line dancing every Friday. Just I've never seen her sad, honestly.
Going to line dancing in prison?
Yeah, it's like line dancing, cross dancing. They would do it, hold it in the gym on Fridays.
Right. And how often was she in the gym? And you talked on the TikTok as well about the fact that she'd had her clothes altered to flatter her figure.
Oh, no. So our clothes in prison, they come really big and baggy. And you can alter them to fit them to your figure. And yeah, she did get them altered to fit her like tighter, more show off, you know.
Totally. And somebody has also explained, another former inmate had explained that she was sort of the Regina George of prison from Mean Girls. You know, how would you describe her in there? And did she have a lot of friends? Was she well liked?
Actually, those were my words originally, that she was the Regina George from, yeah, she's like that. Like, yes, she will smile in your face, be happy and stuff. And then as soon as you walk away, like, oh my God, that girl is so ugly. Like, she really is that type. Regina George to a T. I couldn't describe it any better.
And did she get in any other fights with other inmates? Did
Oh
she ever
no,
bully anyone?
Mackenzie would never confront anybody about any problems or stuff like that. It would just be like talk behind their back.
Okay. And how did your relationship progress, and how often were you intimate? Would you say daily that you were intimate, or sometimes you were able to and sometimes you weren't?
Okay, intimate as in like farther than kissing, maybe 3, 4 times. But yeah, we kiss each other daily.
Okay. And how did the relationship progress? You say there were some arguments.
Not really arguments. If we did argue, it's because I didn't come outside on time or didn't come outside for that yard. And she'd be like, I was waiting for you. Where were you? Like, that's if this is how it's gonna go, I just won't talk to you. And I'd be like, I'm sorry. Like, I'll come out.
And I don't know if you've read since then that is something that she did with her boyfriend. Their arguments were constantly about him picking her up, not being there
Yeah.
on time. That seems to mirror that. Have you read a lot about their relationship since coming out?
Yeah, I have. But I asked her about that too, because when I found out about the case and stuff, but she said that's just normal. Like, that's just normal couple stuff. It wasn't like nothing deeper than that. Like, and I was like, I don't know. Because then after, yeah, because you would think, okay, 2 weeks is not a lot of time, but the way she was acting, she acted like we were about to get married when she got out or something.
Did she speak about a future with you? Did she say, I love you? Did you say that back to her?
Yeah, she did say, I love you. I did say it back. And she said, yeah, like we did talk to each other for a little bit once I got out. And then we just kind of like started fading out because obviously I'm out and I'm getting all the pieces now. And then she would get mad and text me like, you just don't miss me. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just a weird feeling. I didn't know what to do.
How did she feel about you leaving? Was she quite upset then? And how did you sort
Yeah,
of say goodbye to her?
Mackenzie was upset that I was leaving. She would tell me all the time, I wish we met sooner before you were about to get out. I wish we would have talked before this. We're still going to talk when we get out. We're going to video visit and do all that.
And how long did that go on for? Did you video call her and did you write to her or anything or send her emails?
Yeah, I did video visit her a couple times off of her friend's account when I got out, and we did text on GTL.
And what would she say?
Just just same old stuff that she misses me. She wish I had more time to come back. And we talk more over the video visits because she would always want to be on the phone and see me.
And was she able to send sort of flirty images or anything like that afterwards from prison?
Yeah, she could send
Okay.
she could send in images.
Could you send intimate images, or is that not something
No,
that
no, you
you would
cannot
get
do
away
that.
with?
They will block it so fast and not let it through.